Well, there we go. Good morning, everybody. We've got a Todd in the house. We've got a Jerry in the house. These two people here, they'll drive me to distraction when we go out on Friday nights, and they'll keep me safe as well. That's the main thing. Right, George. G'day, George. Tommy J. Also Chris Brand. Who else have we got in the house?
Marky Mark.
Marky Mark. Did you just turn on? Oh, there he is. Mark and Dale. G'day. Yep. Good to have you along. Yeah, so, just judging from last night, Thailand seems to be back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like
End of story. Let me finish the live stream now. But just that's it. Thailand. End of story. You got the news here first. Thailand's back to normal. No. But yeah, Yak Lama, I got a Yak and Paul, Thailand Paul and Paul in Sydney. There's two Pauls in the house. Now, what was it? Somebody was asking a question. Where was it? Being keen to. That's right. Chris is saying, I'm keen to hear how the legalisation is going over there. Well, as we said it last night, and we even mentioned this morning. There's something missing right now, and that is the subtle illegality of it. When you smoked in Australia, you don't have that feeling here, and it's not like somebody's going to crawl down and sort of abseil down the fucking side of your building, right, and smash your window in and sort of cart you off to the Bangkok Hilton. Whereas you always felt like, you go driving in Australia, they say, where's the police? Where's the police? Where's the police? You know. That's what you get. That's the feeling you get in Australia. You know, they've got nothing better to do than sort of, traffic fines. But yeah, so there's a certain, yes, smoking. Well, last night we walked from 7-1 down to Cowboy last night, and there was a little, like an ice cream van, just a small ice cream. That's you. You were with us, weren't you, Jerry? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the ice cream van sort of thing, set up there. You know, he had sort of three different major bud brands and two minors, and just like selling ice cream.
that's exactly what it was. Like selling ice cream, walking by, and it was in a little pop-up van.
Yeah.
He goes, parks wherever he wants, and sells. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually.
And the price had already, so from when I bought the gram last week, which I paid 600 baht, that was 550. So it's already come down 50 baht.
Yeah.
So, but again, he doesn't have the building overheads, so that might be his little, angle. He doesn't have so many overheads to run his business. It was interesting though, just having somebody there like that, on the side of the road, just selling the green stuff.
I noticed one thing as we were walking. I didn't smell any pot on the street at all.
No.
Not even a whiff. I'm sure we could go somewhere and get it, but there was no one on the streets doing it, which is interesting.
Well, that's
Still part of the legislation that came in with the Gazette of Notification is that it's still illegal to smoke in public because it's a public nuisance under the nuisance law. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what that's where they're focusing. They don't want to recriminalise it. They want it as a secondary crop here in Thailand, to service Southeast Asia. Like I said, what they're doing is they're just basically putting the stranglehold on sort of some of the Golden Triangle bullshit that they've had to deal with for the last 30 or 40 years. Obviously that's gone now. Well, they're not gone, but the legality or everything else, that's gone. So I think they're really sort of pushing the angle to sort of let's just get it out in the open, and then get it off the illegal trade, and hopefully things will start to get back to normal. Kalama, I think smoking gum leaves will get you higher than that 0.2. Well, the stuff that they're using for making tea and everything, which is the hemp versions, no, that's not to get you stoned. But the stuff that we got on the street, it's 40% THC. It's a high potency. I've had to cut mine down, because it was just too strong. I'm personally not, but we've got some plants in the garden, in amongst our mother's taking care of that. She's the little person who grows stuff. She'll keep it watered for me.
Was during the week a crackdown on Osan Road, because technically you do need a license to be able to sell it, and you need to be registered.
Well, I got that the video that I've got to put out, which is the one we did from last Friday. Was it when I did the run around last Friday?
Last Friday, yeah.
Yeah, last Friday I did the Lost in Bangkok video. I've got to put the edit together. But yeah, we went to Khao San Road, and I was talking to some of the locals there. And they sort of said, yeah, the crops are, they're crazy up here. So these little pop-up stands pop up on Khao San Road, and then the police come and just remove them all, for whatever misdemeanor. I don't know what they're always going to have a misdemeanor, like you park your stands too close to the thoroughfare, or I'm sorry, you can't put your stand next to that telegraph pole because we can't read a meter, or they'll find some reason to close it down. But there's been a big crackdown on Khao San Road, whereas I bought from the dispensary, which is in Lumpini Park, or just off Lumpini Park. I was reading an article on Wednesday, Thursday. Wasn't an article? Somebody passed me a YouTube clip from another guy that's talked about Highland 420. It's a Facebook community awareness group that's been operating in Thailand. They were fairly instrumental in sort of pushing through this legalisation over the last 5 years. But they've actually got a shop there. It's called Highland, and it's sort of above a cafe. You can actually, isn't it above a cafe? No, I just think it's all ground level. But you can actually go in there and you can have coffees and teas and edibles. I don't know if there's actually, you can smoke inside, but it's they did have plants on the shelf, so there would be definitely a sort of a vapor in the air in the room, that's for certain. We also got Mr. Bear.
For that expo in January.
Yeah, that was a good smell, that one. Yeah, Mr. Bear. I hear they let all the folks arrested for it. Yes, that's right, Tommy. There was about 4,500 inmates have been, or in the process of being. They can't put them all on the street in one truck. In the process of removing them from the jail system and giving them all their stash back. So this is weird. Like, okay, so they've been in jail for how long, and you've kept that stash for how long? Where did you keep that stash? How much was in that stash? I just thought that was funny that they're giving them the contraband back, and whether actually contraband is actually what they went in with, or it's been sold on the street, who knows? But yeah. Ralph Lewis, yes, happy Independence Day for the 4th on Monday. I think we're gonna do a binge watch of Independence Day just to get our daily dose or weekly dose of sci-fi in. Yeah, we'll watch it together here on Discord at some stage. Yeah, so that'll be Monday night, sort of 7 o'clock. Bring your own weed. Smoke it in Australia if you want to be illegal, but
that's a good idea.
What? Oh, we used to do this. There was a video sharing app back in the late 90s called Camfrog. Was it late 90s, early 2000s? Well, around that time. It's when video feeds. Anyway, what it is it's a room, and you've all got your camera. Like we've got the 3 cameras here. We might have 9 or 10 people on the Camfrog room, right? And that's all you were doing, just blah, 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 then you take it in turns and you go around the circle. You'll get wasted. Oh, the things we used to do. God, people must think I'm weird. They don't think, they just know I am.
No, Chris, he's not. We're both a bit tired. It was a late night last night. So.
Yeah. Was marijuana a death sentence there? I don't believe it was a death sentence, but it was pretty much life imprisonment if you were caught. But it's not prisons in Australia where 1 or 2 inmates to a room. Like, you're actually in a cell with 50 other inmates. It's not the most pleasant place, you know. Imagine the body odour and everything else, and the other stuff that goes on. But it is a death sentence in Malaysia, for instance. This is one of the things that seems to be in the news at the moment. You know, we've got Vietnam, Laos, Myanmar, and Malaysia, right, having their 2 cents worth, or their 2 baht worth, about, you know, reminding people it might be legal in Thailand, but don't think about bringing it across the border because we will just put you in jail. Yeah, fair enough. It's all good. Yeah, so you can fly domestically with it, right? Just don't try flying internationally with it. There you go. That's about the long and the short of it, isn't it? Look, honestly, it needs to go back into a sort of it's very, very in your face right now, and we don't really want it in your face everywhere you turn. You know, hopefully I'm putting money on the fact that there'll be some law changes to enable people to get a license for an Amsterdam style coffee house. If I had to put money on anything, I'd say that's where things will go here in Thailand. It'll be sort of, it's one of those things, and an extra tourist attraction. You know, so we've got the girls, we've got more temples that can poke a stick at, great food, pretty girls, and you can go and spliff up in a coffee shop, and away you go, have fun. Thailand. And you can see the smiles again too. So,
the land of the munchies.
The land of the munchies, exactly. Best place to get the munchies, honestly, it is the best place to get the munchies. Oh my God.
Food's awesome. Oh, yeah, just on a little tangent.
You can't, seriously, that's something I keep on forgetting. When somebody's coming over from Australia, I want somebody to bring a 500-gram block of Cadbury's Dairy Milk chocolate, just to show people the fact this is why Australia had big hair. The biggest block of chocolate you can get here in Cadbury's is 150 gram?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's thin. That's that really thin chocolate.
It's go on, give us a 500-gram block of chocolate. I've got half an house to get through. Yeah. But I'm missing what they're talking about. 4th of July, the day aliens tried to take over the world. That's right. Yes, that's what it is. Those guys will be millionaires next year selling weed. Well, no, I don't think that there's going to be obviously a little bit of money made, especially with the prices they're charging now for something. Well, the stuff that's on the streets now is stuff that's been growing under license for the last 4 to 6 months, and obviously whatever stocks are available as well. The stuff that started being sort of handed out to people and growing from the 9th of June, that stuff won't come to flower till August, September. Probably even later, probably September, October before that goes to flower. That's when you'll start to see the Thai pricing as opposed to the current street price. But as I said, we already saw a 50 baht discount already, so that was interesting last night. So, am I stoned now? To be honest, no. I had the last one. Was it about 2 o'clock in the morning before I went to bed? Just had a pipe just to relax. It was a busy night last night. Hope radiation goes well. What was that?
Last night was
Oh, it's still a good night, you know. Yeah. So when we talk about Thailand, there, so we did a walk through and stopped at a few bars on Soy Cowboy. Now, okay, the lights aren't as bright as they were pre 2019, pre-COVID. They're not quite as many lights. There's still a few shutters on a few doors, but pretty much all the favourite bars were there, weren't they? So the Cozy Cozzy was the one around the corner. The Baccarat was open. That's the one that Chris said he liked. T-Lac was open. Susie Wong. Yeah, all of them. There was 2 Ladyboy bars open. So, and of course we went at a Long Gun. And yeah, it was a fun night. But we were there for a few hours.
Well, if you think about it, it's a great time to be alive and living in Thailand.
That's it. Yeah. How many potheads does it take to change a light? Screw it. We got lighters. That's it. Okay. Any hash for? I haven't seen anything on that level on the streets. But again, I still don't know what the stuff that Chanya got from me from her friends last week. Just the normal tailor-made J's. Not quite sure what's in there. It's got a nice buzz in it, but it's got tobacco in it as well. So, but she's only paying 15 baht per cigarette for those. It's not like the 600 baht per gram that you're getting to the dispensary. Considering how potent the cigarettes were, but yeah, this is the thing. There's already local supply floating around there. What we're sort of seeing on the streets in little carts and the dispensaries, that's the stuff that's been, worked on through universities and so on and so forth, in the legal framework. But yeah. Be careful driving or riding with cannabis in your system, as insurance companies will not cover you. That's right, yes. I have a few broker friends and they have confirmed it. Yep. Diarrhea a couple of times, but Imodium.
Radiation therapy.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay. So I'm just Imodium's okay. Keep a fan handy. Okay. What else? Thank you, Ralph. Mine's tongue error, so I can affect clients. Yep. Yeah. But insurance companies have really jacked up their premiums. I'm just wondering what's again we got I got my September premium for my thing. I don't know what indication of price and what they're doing there, but it won't be too much. It's not going to break the bank. That's right. Once everybody's plants are, then of course the heyday will be over. But really, what Thailand's looking for, they're looking for the international market. Basically, the coffee store, the Amsterdam coffee shop type tourist attractions. I'm pretty sure that's what they got their focus on. Just the way that they've shaped the law to get it in, and now they're doing a bit of, suck it and see type of attitude. Need to ask for a pay rise. Dallo, good morning, Dallo. We had to go to Foodland the other day because some slacker didn't bring the Vegemite up to Bangkok. I don't know. It's probably because we didn't pick him up from the airport. That's what it is. Yeah. Didn't pick him, so that's it. Fuck you. You're not getting your. You can take your Vegemite and shove it. We're going to keep it here in the pantry. But we did find Vegemite. It's all good. Yeah. So what else we got? Yeah. Chris, Australia should legalise it. Clean up some debt in the countries in. That the country's in. Okay. But again, sort of, it's only a limited market. The biggest problem is lack of education. We've had a few weird stories coming out of people, that honestly, if you've not smoked the shit before, don't start smoking it now, unless, of course, as I've sort of said, you've got somebody who's trained in the shamanic arts. Darla, I've got the Vegemite 3 large. Yeah, that's right. You're gonna ransom it. Yeah, I'm sure you're gonna ransom it now. Yeah.
No.
Well, you got your.
It's already been said.
You've got your bike. No, not number plates, but at least you got your bike registration done finally.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we could do a run down to what do you call it, the other side of the Bangkok there, to Dowlow land, Samat Prakan. I know roughly where his house is. We'll just go out there and stand at the front gate and blast their horns until he comes out.
Do a Vegemite run.
Yeah, do a Vegemite run. Yeah, exactly.
Not a cannonball run, it's a Vegemite run.
Yeah, Thailand Paul still reckons Marmite. Oh, sorry, like, really? Marmite? Yeah.
I do have a chance for Promite, but Promite's very different.
Yeah, I never really got into that one either. Considering they're selling off our Vegemite. You see this? They're making deals. Jeez. That's what friends are for, isn't it? Yeah, okay. All because we didn't pick him up from the airport. Send the other Joe over to Bang Chang. That's it. Well, we got nowhere. That's it. We're not going anywhere. Thailand, to be honest, I like both. Yeah. Well, thankfully, in Australia, we didn't really have much to deal with that. My wife in Australia, she was English, English born, but we had Vegemite in the house. We didn't go Promite, Marmite, or any other stuff. We just Vegemite. She didn't like any of it, so it was all good.
At least you knew no one was going to get into your jar in the pantry.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes. What else is good? What else we've noticed? Like the faces on the trains. Doing from the Emporium up to Nada yesterday. It's a bit of a crowded train again, crowded BTS, but the girls in the car, they're not Thai. They're the ones that are in front of me. They look like Americans, but but age-wise, they'd be 20s, in their mid-20s. Upwardly mobile, American girls doing the runs through Bangkok shopping, I'm guessing, because they got on a Prompong, so they must have been at the Emporium, good Cartier and all the nice big stores there.
That always sort of amuses me. They go on holidays and they go to the Western shopping centres.
Mm.
They don't check anything else out. It's like, okay, why don't you just go to New York or go to Los Angeles and go to the big department stores there? It's exactly the same stuff.
Must be something to do with the pricing. I don't know. Maybe they feel they get a better price. But if you're buying, perfume like Chanel No. 5, you're paying more for Chanel over here than you are paying in America or Australia.
Way more.
What would they be buying here that would be worth, apart from maybe sort of, but not in those high-low shops. Those dresses they cost a fortune, right? The prices of beer have gone down in Similan. Do you know what? I don't. They've gone down. I've noticed. Budweiser's £5 cheaper. No, I'm not a beer drinker, so I wouldn't really know. And of course, when we do get beer, it's Leo, because we're Thailand. Robert Groves is trialling a new gather today. I won't be able to do it myself for a while. He even has all his own equipment. Really? Mowers, trimmers, which is amazingly rare in Thailand. So far, so good. Maybe he's just managed to pick them up on all the other jobs. You've got nothing to give him. But yeah, I wouldn't know whether beer's cheaper over here in for 7-Eleven. I just don't buy it. So.
No idea.
But what else is there? Just visibly, you know. Okay, we were at Susie's last night and got some really heavy rain, reminding us that it is wet season. That was all over in 30 minutes. Squidging our way across the street to Redfern. Swimming.
We're not going to mention the games of pool last night, are we, Jerry?
No.
Well, who won those? I think Todd won,
Got
didn't
all-
he?
it's
Didn't he?
over.
Okay. Collected memory.
Forced me around the shots to the girls.
Booked your flight
Oh,
to
good fun.
Vietnam, so Andy's
Lovely.
coming out to Vietnam. Are you going to make your way over here as well, Andy? Robert Groves. I'm still trying to find Leo here in the States. No luck. Local Asian market has beer Lao though. Okay, not quite the same. Leo and Lao, no. And beer prices are going up. Leo announced a new price rise, and Chang has gone up. Okay, so somebody says the price has gone down. Budweiser's cheaper. Okay, maybe they're just pairing things up. Beer prices going up. Great news. Send the rain down here. Yeah, that's the typical Rob. I could have sworn that looking at the rain map last night, that must have come over. You know, must have gone over Charm coming in. Just the angle was coming in it. But I named my son Leo after the beer. Good. Shannon, the price of designer stuff here is much higher than the West. Yes, I flew back with 1 litre of Versace in Sydney for 30% of the price here. Brand shopping here is stupid. Yes, it just beats me what they're buying here. You know, there must be something there. Maybe it's just the food. Maybe it's coming for food. Who knows? There's plenty of that.
No rain for 5 weeks. Okay.
Never know. Might pop over to Thailand. I have to convince the missus, I guess. She's going to Vietnam as well. Okay, right. What was that? Soy 7? Yeah. Alright, okay. But anyway, what else was I trying to think of? I'm trying to get, rather than do news articles, just more just the feeling. Of course, you know, as you know, Todd came down with the dreaded lure guy last Saturday.
Yep.
You know, so we all had to wear masks on the live stream, didn't we? Did we wear masks? We didn't even do that, did we? Why didn't we do that last week?
Wear masks on the live stream. We're in separate bloody houses, mate.
I know. We should have done it because he's got the mask on there.
That's safe streaming, you reckon?
Safe streaming. That's it. Yeah.
No,
But,
I was knocked around a bit, but it was interesting. It was similar to the flu, but no fever. That was the weird part about it. I checked my temperature every day, and I never went above 36.6 degrees Celsius. So, apart from that, it just felt like my body was fighting a virus. Get your aches and pains, your runny nose, and
yeah. Well, he's got Robert. We did get he's got his registration. He's got his little slip, and the insurance is paid, so it's all legal on the road. He just doesn't have the plates. There's some sort of delay on plates or something. Is that what they said?
Well, I was told it's delay on the plates. It's not just for bikes; it's for cars as well. That's why you see so many new cars with the red plates still, because the proper plates haven't been sent out yet.
The prisoners aren't stamping them hard enough or something. Is that what it is? I don't know who makes the plates anyway.
Not sure.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyway, so he can legally ride, just without just hasn't got a plate to go on the back of it. That's all.
Still got a few things. I've got that booster plug to put in. I've got the radiator guard to put on, and one more camera clip.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, safe streaming is smart. Always wear condoms while watching Pornhub. Exactly, I know. You never can tell. Yes, Rob. I'm very happy with the way the kitchen's turned out. People have said, some people have said they don't like the tile bench top. They'd prefer to get a single slab of whatever. But I got no problem with having the tile bench top. I think it's clean and serviceable. It's just as hard wearing. Just that you got, every couple of years you might have to pull the grout out, and just re-grout it, just, and keep it clean, because the grout will pick up, odds and ends. Dom B, g'day. But yes, it was a week of, dealing with the dust. That was, dust everywhere. I think we're still getting it out of the cracks,
Will for a while. That block dust does go everywhere.
No, I know. Well, I did most of the cutting outside, and it's still. I was waiting for some more good rains to wash it into the soil. It'll be good. Sunday roast tomorrow. Who's doing Sunday roast? No, Todd's got the oven. I do. I'm not a roast guy. I'm not the roast.
I've done a couple of roasts. The only thing I'm missing is proper gravy.
Mm-hmm.
But I've found a place where I can get gravy. So
good.
yeah, got to be onion gravy. Got to have onion gravy.
It's actually a good idea, though. We should do a Sunday roast somewhere in Bangkok at one of the better places.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why don't you just take a trip out of my place and I'll cook it for you guys?
Yeah.
All right, do that too.
As was said on numerous occasions, that's probably going to be more expensive than if we just go out somewhere and buy it somewhere.
I remember the 90s when countertops of 6-inch tile was the rage. Can't it was 6-inch thick tile? You wouldn't have got tile that thick, surely. Surely that's a piece of quartz tabletop or something. Too much grout to keep clean. Or was that 6-inch square tile? Maybe that's what he meant, 6-inch square. I don't recall ever seeing that in the 90s, but that might have been just an American thing. Roasted pork belly. What, you go to the RSL, did you? That was one of them. I used to love the roasted pork belly in the local RSL at Hornsby. I used to go there once a month just for my roast pork with their little apple sauce. That was always great, for what, $5 or something. If only you bring the mint sauce. Okay, yeah. You can buy 2 pack of grout, the same as used for floors in places like McDonald's, easy to clean but doesn't go dirty. 2 pack grout. Okay, I have to look into that one. I haven't seen it on the shelves here. But good. Okay. Just thinking, what other visible things that we've seen? I think that on the news wise. That's really the reason why we went to Cowboy yesterday, as I saw an article, not really knowing whether the photo they took of Soy Cowboy was recent or something out of a film archive. But we had to go and check it out. But there was an article yesterday that was saying that most of the places are open and it looked really good. Soy Cowboy is just fun because it's a street, very much patio, soy 6, soy 7 sort of thing, that sort of style of street. Either side of the street is just wall to wall dancing girls, and it's just more. I don't know. I find Nana is like a sterile looking place, with the beer garden and all the stuff around. It's like a, in one sense like a prison cell. It's all crammed in there. But Cowboy's just one of those places where it's the street walking up and down. It's just bright lights, big city. You wonder why we don't have more of that. But anyway. Packing a few bottles to bring home. Okay. What about Jerry? What did you think about the back to normal sort of side of things? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm happy that it's happening for the Thai people. They need to work. Happy for us. We have more to do, and we can go and do it. And everything's open until 2 now, so that's great.
Mm-hmm.
I still wonder, though, and I think our next thing is to go during the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, just to see, is it as empty as we've been told, or are people coming back? One of the clubs we went in last night, when I walked out, I asked, when is it less crowded? And he said, it's not crowded during the week. So
Yeah.
interesting to see if this is still locals and the occasional tourist, or is more people coming in on the weekends? So,
Well, we do want to try to work out something with Fern and take her shopping and get a few of the special spirits. Did you get anything more sorted on that one?
Oh, like I tried, but she's got other sort of commitments to get through outside of the bar.
Yeah.
In regards to some property and stuff like that.
Yeah. She's a bit between. She's got a few fingers in a few projects at the moment, but
yeah,
she's going to need a bit of a push on that one.
But yeah, what we notice is that if we mention something, I mean, most of us have been involved at some stage with nightclubs and everything like that. Just the suggestions. If we suggest something, she'll give it a go. So
yeah,
that's a good thing. But I don't think she's quite sure of the niche market or what exactly she requires. But I mean, that comes with time. It's only been open 2 months, 2.5 months. So.
Yeah. But yeah, well, she's getting some pretty girls in there, which is what you want. I think she needs to work on keeping a couple of people on the outside, because the outside is not. There's nothing there that's. Oh, you need to come and check out this. It's a very nondescript sort of thing, So anyway,
there's no wow factor that when you're walking, you're going to jump in.
Yeah.
She needs to do, to your point, do something that says, "Hey, come and check us out." And I'm not sure what that is. I thought a sign, beautiful women and drink specials all night. Yeah, it's just something to get the attention of the person going by.
Yeah.
They'll look in and check it out.
Yeah. But I think one of the ways is, of course, keeping to at least 2 people on the front there,
Yeah, she was doing that.
Last night, after we left,
Yeah. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it will get there. But I was saying to you last night, Jerry, it looked a bit slower than what it was 3 or 4 months ago last night. Like.
I would agree with that. Even Susie's was more quiet. I don't know if that's depending on who's playing on the TV, on the screens, but she didn't have the same crowd she's had over the last couple months either.
Yeah.
I put it down to it was the first of the month. That's lottery day.
Okay. Yeah.
Lottery day. Things just fucking don't happen on lottery day. That's it. People. Thais stay home to check their lottery tickets. They don't go out. They don't do anything. They don't get their hair cut. That's the biggest. Chanya's lottery day. Nobody wants to get their hair cut, and of course, so if it's lottery day and it's raining, that's it. Business is very slow. Because girls don't get their hair done when it's raining, or they've got no money because it's lottery day. They just spend all their money on lottery tickets. So yeah, it's a weird place sometimes. Thais in our area are still wearing their masks. We noticed that quite everywhere we go, we're still seeing a lot of mask wearing. There was walking down Soy Cowboy. There was virtually no mask wearing in Soy Cowboy. But as soon as you went back out on the main street, you've got drivers and riders there with their masks on. Going up when we walked between 7 and 1 and Cowboy, a majority of people had their masks on. Even we had our masks sort of half on, just there, just for show. Yes, we've got a mask, but we're not going to wear it properly.
We're not wearing it.
Yeah,
In my area, 99% of all Thais are still wearing the mask when they're walking. It's mostly us, the Farang, that are not.
Yeah.
Now, we might slowly see more Thais taking it off when they're walking as they get comfortable with it, but right now it's still 99%.
Yeah. That nobody wants to be the first to go against the status quo. It's all that you could be potentially losing face, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, Mark was saying the bank caps crashed yesterday as well. The 3 major banks went down.
Did they? Okay.
So maybe people couldn't get access to their funds. So
possibly, yeah. General Desperado's in the house. G'day, Jen. G'day all. Just back from work. We're all good. All good here. Waiting for you to get over so you can party with us. Don't know when that's going to be. Next year, I guess. Robert Graves. Aaron F. G'day, Aaron. Just reading up before the radiation starts on the 25th, but feeling good. Oh, that's good. So Mark's banking apps in Australia or Thailand? Everything was working all right last night for me.
yeah, I played a couple of things via the QR code with cash support. So Thailand banks. So it was the 3 majors. Okay.
Okay. Maybe when it went down we just didn't notice. But moving right along. So what do we got? Yes, this is just one of those Saturdays where we had a good night last night. Nothing really much to tell apart from the fact that things are back to normal. That's really our stick today. We could have done that in 5 minutes, but we're just having we're just going to just see what everybody else is talking about. They were down for 18 hours 2 days ago. Really? Obviously, I don't use my banking apps that much to notice.
Well, I pulled money out yesterday from the ATM.
Yeah, I got money out of the ATM.
Yeah. But, no, it seemed to be working this morning because I had to transfer funds to cover the language school lessons for this month. So that went through okay.
This one's due on the 1st of... Yeah, so it's due date yesterday, but I've got to go and pay the electricity today.
Pay the PEA.
Andy's setting up his latest Samsung. Good on him. It was on the SCB Bangkok back in TTB. Okay, right. So it didn't affect Kasakon. But yeah. What else we got going?
Jimbo sends his apologies. He's actually working. So in case people are wondering where the little brother is, no, he didn't get any flu or anything. He's just working on my stuff.
Yeah, so getting back to the ganja thing, I suppose, yeah. What did I bought myself a little pipe thing yesterday? Where did that go in? Yeah, little cute little thing.
got one too, Jerry.
You got one too.
I got nothing to put in it, but I've got one. Yeah, 150 baht pipe.
I just thought they looked cool.
Oh, it'll work.
But I actually bought it because they had the gauzes. It's for my main pipe. I didn't get any gauzes when I got my pipe, so I needed some gauzes. Usually they burn out after about a month.
Was at a wombat moment.
Oh, I'm just checking out my toy. Seeing how cleanable it is. This is the problem with these things. They can be real pain in the ass to clean.
About cleaning that. What I got to do for the rest of today.
You got cleaning to do as well, have you?
Oh well, like a week or so in bed and everything. Everything's sort of piled up on me.
Mm-hmm.
That's all good. It'll get there.
I'm just. Chris, what's he doing? If they legalise
LSD, this chat's going to get freaky.
That's right. Don't worry, Google and their anonymity, they'll shut the monetization down on the channel. Quick smart. Can't be talking about. Yeah, it's not legal in all those parts of the world. You've got to protect all our churchgoers.
Oh, they're the worst.
Aren't they? Yes.
He who casts the first stone, as far as I'm concerned.
I might get, I guess, some plumber's tape just to seal all the little gaps in that. You've got to re-engineer everything you buy. Come on.
Hold it up. Let's see which one you have. Hold it up. Okay.
I got the one with the
line, or is that
racing stripes.
You just got a different colour. That's all. It's the same style, yeah.
Same size?
Hmm.
Yeah. I might never use it, but I've got it.
It just reminds me of the late 90s, early 2000s, where we used, it might have been illegal, but we didn't give a fuck back then.
How about 1973, 4, and 5? That's
well, that's going back a few years. Paul needs to go to Marco to get some sausages, does he? He's got the munchies already, so there you go. Wow, this chat's changed. Now they're all got pipes out. Yeah. I suppose I can show you the apparatus. This is what I bought last week. That's the actual. That's the device. The device of destruction. So all the Australians going, asshole, it's illegal here.
Now what they're all saying is, damn, I want to be there.
That's right, you got to come up and smoke some ganj, man. And we don't call it marijuana, okay, only fucking Americans with their cartel fixation call it marijuana. It's cannabis or ganja here in Thailand.
It's weed.
Don't call it marijuana. That's a silly name. Are you all growing dreadlocks? If I could grow some hair, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't grow. It's just that's it,
Yeah, I don't know how dreadlocks would look being like pure grey. It would be an interesting look.
Obviously, there was a guy. Sorry, sometimes you just go on. Oh, really? There was a guy 4 bars down, I saw him on the street, full Santa beard, and he had fucking one of those little fucking man buns on the top, and I'm going, how fucking gay is that? So I've said that word too many times, they're going to demonetize my stream. But yeah, honestly, Santa beard and a man bun, really, nah.
Yeah, he was pretty odd looking.
He was very odd. Warren's pink vessel. That's it, dude. It's good colour. So you don't get stressed out. It's one of those soothing colours. You'd be amazed at what you can make out of airplane hydraulic fittings and tubing. Found out the best thing though. I had my own sort of lathe at home, and I made all my equipment from scratch back in home. Out of stainless steel or copper or whatever I could find. But I still my bamboo wooden pipe was my best. It was the ultimate. His name was Kevin.
Gave it a name.
Of course it was.
No, it comes from Monty Python. Kevin Phillips Bong. It's actually there's a character in Monty Python. So, yeah, God, that's how old I am. I still remember Monty Python. I did actually find a complete archive of all the Monty Python's Flying Circus. I don't know what ever happened to it. It's on one of my drives somewhere. It didn't
I'm
go.
going to find Jabberwocky somewhere. It's been years since I've watched Jabberwocky. Got a good laugh out of it.
But I did when I did find that library of videos. I started watching some of them, going, God, this is the 50-year difference. You're going, I used to think that shit was funny, in the 70s. You play it now, you're going, oh my God. To start with, you can't play it now. It's just so non-politically correct, right? To start with, it'll offend all the snowflakes. But even the jokes, they're pretty lame when you start to think of what the jokes are these days. No, I have not seen any smoking implements in 7-Eleven yet. I don't think it'll ever get to that. They need to separate the visible aspect to it. It needs to be not visible to get it away from the kids, get it away from the street, get it away from the people who should not be partaking. Because again, it can affect different people different ways.
I think there's been supplemental announcements about government offices, military, you can't on military premises, schools, hospitals.
I was looking to see if we could get some actual articles, but I couldn't find anything on direct feeds today.
But they're being, I suppose, smart about it to try and mitigate the, I suppose the bad areas.
Yeah, but I think what I've seen most of this week is more about what is it? Just an article here. The BA4 and BA5 subvariants. They've got them a little bit on edge. We've already started to see a little bit of an increase in numbers, which has got a few people concerned. With all this opening up, it's just creating a larger vector pool. Numbers wise, but again, so I'm going back a couple of days here on the thing. Nothing really sort of stands out. Everything's about sort of moving forward, pushing forward, better Thailand. Oh, here's one. So Thais warned not to lead the country with cannabis. There we go. So CCSA recommends people in risk groups should continue wearing masks. Thailand safe at work commences. PM calls for fostering of culture. New COVID treatment rules effective from Friday. Thai gypsy pharmacist wins Global Women's Leadership Award. Bank cuts, World Bank cuts 2022 Thai GDP growth to 2.9%. Thai Honda committed to using Thailand as manufacturing base. Okay. 10 schools in Bangkok recognised as model for cigarette and alcohol-free campaigns. It's a good move. More rains are expected until Saturday. Yeah, so this is Saturday. It's looking pretty fine now. Finnish PM hails historic day as Finland and Sweden invited to join NATO. That'll piss Russia off. Indonesian president visits Ukraine on peace mission. Got to do some ass kissing. Samsung starts 3 nanometer chip production to lure new foundry customers. 3 nanometer. It's getting small. But yeah, pretty much that's, not the hope. Again, it's all the way the news circuit works, isn't it? When you start to think about it, if they push the articles, people become aware of it. If they don't put the articles out, then it just slides into obscurity. Like driver's licenses and wearing helmets on your own. Haven't had any of that on the news for 2 years.
Yeah.
Still crazy seeing your motorcycle riders riding down the street with their mask on and no helmet. It's still one of those sort of things. Come on. Anyway.
Last night in the taxi, there was a bit of a hold up on Peckinson Road.
Oh, that's on the flyover, yeah. But we get that every so often there. The motorcycles get out there at that time of the night and start hooning, and let's not go there.
4 or 5 motorcycles strewn across the road. But that's
right. It's all right. You should source some oil, mate. Friend she used to go through cancer, done wonders for her. Again, it'll be one of those things. You need to know whether the oil treatments are actually going to work with his types of treatments. But as the cancer has been removed, so radiation probably is not a bad idea. But as a post after the radiation treatment, I think maybe sort of a weekly pipe or 2 just to keep things at bay. Maybe the way to go. Good friend of mine said there's plenty of oil. It works well. We'll see how I feel after radiation. Yeah. My driver's license renewed yesterday, in and out in 20 minutes. Good for another 5 years. Good. Yep. Don't have to do mine for another 2. Good luck, Robert. Yes, okay. Anyway, we managed to get through the hour. Was it 58 minutes and 44 seconds? As we should say, any questions before we get out of here? What do you want us to cover? There's plenty of we've got things happening in Thailand now, and I can't think of all the ideas. What sort of stuff do you want us to cover? People are saying they want to do me and Todd more on the street, just chit chat about life in general. I've got a few of those comments on one of the last videos out. Quite happy to do that, but we've got to think about chit chatting about stuff. I got a whole bunch of transgender stuff I want to talk about in videos. Unfortunately, again, the Wednesday lunch when I was going to do one of those subjects, too much background music, so basically we didn't do that. We just did that Wednesday lunch and dinner and took her to McDonald's and she bought her a couple of dresses and things like that. But yeah, been entertaining as usual. Take care. Okay, well, we're here for entertainment. That's what we're here, I will say. I will say funny things and things that offend people, because the politically correct bone that we're supposed to have in our body, I think, broke a few years ago. It could be fucked, really. Anyway, I'm out of here. Saw the Pattaya Pride Parade on Ride for Kicks. I got to go and check that video out. I want to see how that turned out. I wouldn't mind sort of finding out when the next one is and making sure we're down there for it. I got some great photos when we did from 2006. It's in my Flickr album when I went to one of those gay pride float things in Sydney. They do their annual one. I was invited along there. That was a lot of fun that night. Long night though. Anyway, a lot class more than parades. Lot more class than the parades here. Yeah, okay. So Thailand just does things colourful. Just what you get used to.
Yeah.
Food, colour, ganja, all the stuff that you want in life is all over here now. Come on. Come over. We're out of here. Peace out, guys. Bye for now. Where's my closing screen? There it is.
I want you to